Dragon Ball Z Kakarot on the Nintendo Switch is a really good port. As a Switch owner, we're so used to seeing half-ass ports like FIFA 22. So when a studio really spends the time to do a Switch port right, it's refreshing. There's of course been some good ones before. We got Crash Bandicoot 4, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater being the most recent ones. This Dragon Ball Z game was one of the most requested ports for the Switch. Originally released on the PS4 and Xbox One, we had to wait a long time, almost 22 months. PlayStation 4 runs the game at 30 FPS, and the Switch also runs the game at 30 FPS. You can argue about the stability on the Switch in comparison to the PS4, but for the most part, the Switch holds it really well. It's 30 most of the time. Now the resolution, that's the biggest difference you'll see in the two versions. The PS4 Pro runs the game at 1440p, while the Nintendo Switch can't really run this in HD. It's likely hovering around 720p. You can see the side-by-side comparison up on the screen, and the difference is even more obvious when you zoom in. The fact that Nintendo Switch can't run this game at 1080p means the game's likely pushing the Switch hardware to its limits. How hard? Well, that's what battery tests are for. I tested the battery life of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot on the Nintendo Switch Lite and Nintendo Switch version 2 console. Settings were at medium, so brightness at medium, sound at medium, and I am connected to Nintendo Online at all times. With the battery at 100%, let's get this test started. After 1 hour, the Switch Lite has 76% battery, while the version 2 Switch has 80%. Going on 2 hours now, and there's 51% left on the Lite and 60% left on the regular Switch. At 3 hours, the Switch Lite has 24%, while the regular Switch has 39%. Switch Lite got the 1% warning at 3 hours and 50 minutes. And only 3 minutes after, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot on the Switch Lite powered off at 3 hours and 53 minutes. The regular Switch is still going at 19% at the 4 hour mark. It got the 1% warning at about 5 hours. And Dragon Ball Z Kakarot on the Nintendo Switch version 2 powered off at 5 hours and 7 minutes. Here's how Dragon Ball Z compares to other ports on the Switch. It's sort of middle of the pack. It has better battery life than Crash Bandicoot 4, but worse than Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Here's how it compares to other popular games on the Switch, and I'll leave you with that. Let me know what you think of this game. For me, it's a must-have for all Dragon Ball Z fans, and playing it on the go on your Nintendo Switch is